All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's call. Happy to be here and excited to share with you on this Monday, the 16th of March, this awesome opportunity that came my way probably just over a month ago now called Timol. It does say here an opportunity of a lifetime has arrived, and absolutely for me, it's been a product of a lifetime. And you're going to hear later on tonight as we dive into the details on what this is all about. So we're going to spend the majority of the time talking about the company, the product, and how so many people are being, positively benefiting from it. And then we're going to switch gears towards the end, and we're going to talk about the aspects of those of you who are maybe interested in earning some residual part-time income. We're going to be diving into a bit of that as well. Okay, so let's us go, my friends. Strap your seatbelts in. I'm going to be talking very quick and furious. All right, fast and furious. So our modern day lifestyle, our 21st century lifestyle, it does come with the benefits, I would say, in one way of its convenience, right? There's convenience food, when you want to call it junk food, whatever the case may be. It does cause a bit of a challenge to our health. I think we are more knowledgeable or have so much access to information at our fingertips, and yet we are experiencing a health epidemic of varieties of that I've not seen in my short years of being on this earth, right? We so many people unfortunately are dying way before their time, and this lifestyle is part of the
Solamente um
reason.
primeiro.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, if you come on, please make sure your lines are muted. Thanks very much. Some excitement coming onto the call, which is all good. And, again, if you make the best effort of getting your foods to your table, you want to get the best greens and proteins and everything else of that nature. If you see on the slide on the right, you see so many of our crops have been sprayed to death
Faz
with
da família.
pesticides and all things of that nature. And I don't know if I may need to make you co-host, Simone, if this lets me, so you can mute out people. But I'm not seeing the option there. I'm going to crack on as best as I can. So this modern day lifestyle, my friends, is a major problem in 21st century living. Okay, so having and again, I live on this food for a lot of my years, just being busy, picking up burger here, there, and ice creams, all those things that are nice. I try and stay away from the sugary drinks, but all this stuff, my friends, has a toll on the body. And we're going to be talking about what is happening and how you can, be in a position where we can take some preventative measures in place. This gentleman here, 100 years ago, almost 100 years ago, 1931, his thesis was on the primary cause and prevention of cancer. Now, my friends, you are on the call tonight. Unfortunately, most of us know somebody who's gone through cancer or know of somebody who knows somebody who's going through that. I did a little research on my own just to see what were the number one killers in it was primarily men, and I believe it's the same for women. It was, and these are interchangeable between different races, either cancer or heart disease being number one or number two, like I said, depending on the race. They were literally fighting for top spot. Okay, so this is a big deal, my friends. And so his thesis back then was on the metabolism of tumors. Okay, Otto Heinrich Warburg demonstrated that all forms, do you hear what I'm saying? Not some, he's talking about all forms of cancer develop due to two basic conditions. And this is acidosis, which is acidity of the blood, and hypoxia, which is lack of oxygen. So, my friends, I'm going to be talking to you about something that came my way, form of this company, form of this product, which is helping and has helped so many people. And you'll hear from some people who this product has been helping through health challenges that I'm talking about today. So cancerous tissues are acidic tissues. Healthy ones are alkaline tissues. So guys, if this is our baseline, if this is our premise for what we're going to be talking about tonight, we know we need to get our body in a state of where we don't have this acidic body, the foods that we are eating creating this this challenge that we have in today's world. So we want to get our bodies and our blood ideally in an alkaline state. I didn't know none of this stuff, you know, about 30 odd years ago when my cousin passed away from cancer. And I didn't realize because of the acidity that was in her body, this was one of the primary causes of the conditions that unfortunately she you know had faced back then. This is going back in the early 90s. So look at this. This is like a real picture of health, my friends. You know, they say that this is what we should be seeing on our plates, all the colors of the rainbow, all the different fruits. And that would be great in an ideal scenario. But when we don't get that, and like I said, we reach for what's convenient sometimes as opposed to what may take a bit longer to prepare, we have a situation that is called free radicals. Okay. So again, for those who do not know, free radical is an isolated atom, oxygen atom, and it's, you know, excess of that is a major problem in our bodies. Okay, we cannot see it, you know, unless we, you know, go to a doctor and say, oh, we're not feeling this way, or certain things may not be running right in our bodies. And then they will, you know, obviously check your bloods. That's the first thing they want to do. Check your blood, see what's going on underneath the hood, right? And then you know, from that, you can kind of see what's going on. So day to day, you wouldn't necessarily know that. And so, you know, this picture on the left is ideally what we want to see. You know, we don't want this free radicals to be doing damage, as you can see on the right, you know, damaging our cells and causing the issues that we have, inflammation, all these different types of health challenges that we have. And this again was documented first back in 1954. So again, so many things have come to the surface, so much knowledge about what to do. I mean, growing up, I was always told an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Probably more like 10 apples a day, you know, may even start, you know, because of just how things have changed over the years. And again, this is the effects on your body, on your outer appearance. You know, aging skin, premature aging. I'm sure nobody wants to be labeled older than their time. You know, that's the first thing in the morning. You look to yourself, and you know your body does. The mirror doesn't lie, right? You can put filters on pictures, but when it's you and that mirror, first thing in the morning, it's going to tell you exactly what's going on, right? So we don't want to be in that situation. Ideally, we want to be in a preventative situation, and this is why I'm so excited to be talking about this. So, how can we reduce acidity and free radicals in our body? Fantastic question. Let's you know, do a bit deeper dive into this, and understand this reaction, chemical reaction in magnetized water. Simone, do you want to dive into you know, how this all breaks up and comes together, or do you want me to continue?
Yes, this is amazing because we're gonna talk about the silosimol. Silosimol is this product. Inside is magnetic, outside infrared. So when you put it in contact with the water, when you leave it there in the water, it start to work with a flux magnet constant without stopping. And this is what is gonna happen when it's gonna do that, is dissociate. So he separates the H2O. So then become all H negative plus H positive. It's dissociate. When this happens, soon the all H negative, because it's negative, is going to react with the minerals in the water. So what's happened to when this happen? It reacts and then make your blood alkaline. It does not make the water alkaline, make your blood alkaline. What is very important, what Leroy told about the doctor who find out the cancer develop and acids. Yeah. So this one make your blood alkaline. It's amazing. And then we can notice the H positive was leaving behind. Yes. I think, can you close the microphone?
It's they're good. Continue.
Yeah. And then the H positive gonna react with the free radical. So two things happen. The OH negative react with the mineral, and the H positive react with the free radical. So this is what's happened, and neutralize. And then you're going to start to feel like you start to go a lot to the toilet. Why? It's because it's going to be the H positive react with the free radical, become H2O again. And then, of course, you start to eliminate the excess of the free radical. Okay? So this is amazing. When the people start to realize your body 70% water, is amazing. because when you drink the water, you need to hydrate all your body. Even you do exercise, you eat well, what we need to do is sleep well, everything we can to make our health better. But how about the water? How much water you drink? And the most important, this water you drink is hydrate your body, isn't it, Leroy? Because this is sometimes the people feel like, okay, I'm drinking the water, but is hydrated, is good, is light. Because sometimes when we drink water, we feel very heavy. And that's the difference when you drink a water, magnetized water, and it's not just water bottle. When you get to the water bottle, you say it's mineral. We need to have that difference. So when you start to drink, you start to notice the difference. This water is much lighter. And is a doctor in Brazil called Dr. Lai Ribeiro. And this doctor say, water determinate disease, water determinate health. And he studied a lot about the water for say that. So because he's already say all the time, he talk about water all the time. When you see his lecture, he's from Brazil, but he went to America. He's got a lot of books. You can find him in YouTube in Portuguese and English as well. So it's amazing to find out about what he teaches because he's really talking how much is important to think which kind of water I'm putting in my body. It's very important. It's the literal.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's the major difference we're talking about tonight. The water that does not hydrate and the water that does hydrate. Massive difference. And so so many people are dehydrated and they don't really even know it. And they only feel like they want to drink water when they, their lips, they lick their lips because they're a bit thirsty and their body's crying, which talks about their body's many cries for water. That again, another doctor who wrote a book and has so much information out there on the benefits of water and how many people have benefited through drinking, they're increasing their levels of water because they're so dehydrated. So absolutely, those two doctors know exactly what the problem is, the root cause, and we're talking about what we can do to benefit from that. Okay, so as you can see here, if your fish tank looks like the one on the right, you'll be like, what am I doing? But yeah, a lot of us, if we can see inside ourselves, this is what our body will be looking like. Where cells are swimming in acidity. All right, you're not giving it a fighting chance. You're not breathing any oxygen into those cells. So we want the image on the left hand side. You can see the bubbles at the top. At the top, you can see that there's oxygen. There's, like Simone was saying, the product that we're going to be talking about, Silocimol. It's magnetized water. It brings the water. It moves it. Okay, so you're going to see the benefits of that as you start to experience the product for yourself, you start to try it for yourself, you're going to see that benefit in your own household. Again, just look at this. This is what we want. Like beautiful streams. I love it when I see go to falls and it's lively. Yeah, yes, waters come to life. Yeah, this is what your water should be like. We don't know when we get that water and we buy it from the supermarket. How long has it been sitting there? Okay, how long has it been there on the shelf in some warehouse somewhere, even before it gets shipped to the supermarket, and then you start to drink it in your own home? How long has that process been? All sorts of weather, rain, shine, just hitting it, and then you drink it, and you're wondering why your body is not getting hydrated. So this is why we're here today to talk about the massive importance of hydration and how this makes it possible. Okay, I'm talking like I'm some big advocate, and 6 weeks ago I was struggling to drink maybe a liter of water, but I didn't even like the taste of drinking so much water, to be honest. And now, because of what we're going to be sharing on this call tonight, it's a total game changer. That ain't that right, Simone? It's been so many people who struggle to drink water are now drinking water at a rate they've never had before. And I see Kelly on here, and she was sharing with me again in her household since having this product. So many people drinking, which is fantastic. So we talked about this. I'm going to play a very short video, my friends. For about several minutes, just to get so that you get an idea of what I'm going to introduce you to and what we're going to be sharing with you in more detail on the call. So sit back, turn off any distractions. I want you to really hear what this is all about, and I'll be back.
Water has long been the object of scholars' attention. After all, most of the world is formed by water. Also, 70% of our body is water. That is why this substance that is so common to all of us is also so intriguing. And seeking answers about the role of water in people's health is a mad race. The fact is that water is a source of nourishment that contains minerals and is thus essential for sustaining life. We need large doses of water daily so that our body can maintain its balance. Hippocrates said long ago that our food is our medicine. Based on this premise, it is paramount that the water we drink each day is of good quality. Where populations do not have access to clean drinking water, the result is a scenario of death caused by disease and dehydration. Thus, standard drinking water that is free from impurities, bacteria, parasites, and heavy metals is not only necessary, but an essential ingredient for maintaining human health. So far, so good, and everyone seems to be in agreement. But in the face of something so important to life everywhere in the world, there are fields of activity that aim to enhance water, to transform it into a food capable of improving everyone's life. There are many studies and research projects taking place around the world to achieve this goal. As in every movement of this nature, many are scientifically correct, but others have become vehicles for marketing strategies. That is, pure marketing to drive commercial strategies. This is what happened with so-called alkaline water, which came to be hailed by some as the water of life. But what lies behind that claim? What is the scientific basis for such a powerful concept? The answer is nothing. There is no basis whatsoever. Everything that has been studied in this sense points to the same conclusion. Alkaline water is useless in disease prevention and, in certain cases, depending on the water's pH, can even be harmful and contribute to alkalosis. In 2019, Veja Saúde, the website of publisher Abril, published the article originally produced for Questão de Ciência magazine, written by Dr. Alicia Kowalczewski, a doctor, teacher, and researcher on this subject at the Institute of Chemistry at USP. The title itself is categorical and conclusive. Alkaline water does not cure anything and cannot give you back your youth. Another publication that carries a similar title is in the website of the Osvaldo Cruz Diabetes and Obesity Center. The article is even more compelling and draws the public's attention. Warning, alkaline water does not improve your health. So we come to a very interesting point which deserves to be highlighted and demystified. What is blood alkalinity and what is water alkalinity exactly? This is very confusing to many people. Very alkaline water can be a problem, as experts say, because before water gets the bloodstream, it passes through the stomach and intestine. These are acidic environments, and they should stay that way. Drinking large amounts of alkaline water for long periods can interfere with this condition, just as very acidic water is considered inappropriate for consumption. The Brazilian Ministry of Health has established that the pH of water for human consumption must be in the range pH 6 to pH 9.5. So any water that has the minimum requirements for consumption and is in this range does not change anything in the human body, nor does it affect human health. Hydration will happen in the same way and play the proper role in our body. So forget it. It has been proven again and again that alkaline water is just a gimmick. It is a somewhat dangerous pitch without any kind of support. What we need to keep in mind is the oxygenation and pH of the blood. It is these characteristics of blood, and not exactly of water, that have a bearing on the functions and balance of the human body. Hundreds of diseases, including cancer, are related to blood acidosis. Blood is slightly basic, with a normal pH between 7.35 and 7.45. And even if you have at times a diet rich in acids, the body itself has mechanisms to balance and normalize the pH. This only fails to happen if a person has a serious health condition. Therefore, what is needed is a routine that nourishes our body with what will preserve its normal characteristics and contribute to maintaining its balance. And this is where blood pH comes in, and it plays a fundamental role in this. As we said at the outset, many studies into water were scientifically sound and showed that water can be a powerful ally in the search for this balance within the body. It was in this context the magnetic treatment of water emerged. In the same way that water must be treated in order to make it suitable for human consumption, it should also be subjected to a magnetic field before being used as drinking water. But where does this need come from? Let's take things gradually. First, the water that most people drink has lost its original structural characteristics from when it was alive in nature. In springs, streams, and rivers, water is constantly moving. This favors its oxygenation, in addition to its structure being composed of small molecules, which increases its hydration power in the body. When water is stored or kept in containers, its surface tension is altered. Thus it becomes much heavier, with the formation of large molecule clusters, which are completely disorganized and lose oxygen. This molecular change compromises the penetration of water into cells that form organ tissues. But the original characteristics of water, so necessary for a good cellular hydration, can be restored. This is where magnetic treatment comes in. When water is subjected to a magnetic field, an event called hydrolysis occurs, which means breaking up of water. That is, the movement caused by the molecules causes a rupture of the clusters and promotes rearrangement into much smaller structures. Thus, these H2O molecules penetrate the cells much more easily, promoting better cellular hydration and cleaning. The second point observed in the various studies carried out with magnetized water is that it contributes to a reduction of excess of free radicals. How does this happen? When water undergoes magnetic treatment, there is an ionic dissociation, that is, the H2O water molecule formed by 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom breaks up, releasing hydroxyl ions and hydrogen ions. Excess free radicals that are present in the body are negative ions, and they combine with hydrogen ions, forming new H2O molecules, thus removing them from the body. This is a very simple chemical equation that has been observed by several researchers. The third point is about the contribution to the maintenance of blood alkalinity, helping the mechanisms of our body. In hydrolysis, as we have seen, there are negative hydroxyl ions left over. This hydroxyl reacts with magnesium and calcium ions present in vital environments of our body, forming alkaline hydroxyls, in this case magnesium and calcium hydroxyls. These reactions help in the maintenance of blood pH and oxygen content. It is for all these reasons that water treated magnetically helps in the maintenance of good health. Dr. Geraldo Balieiro from the University of São Paulo, along with his team of researchers from USP in Ribeirão Preto, started
Okay, so as you saw there, he was talking about the effects. Let me just clear it. I think somebody was trying to maybe increase the volume and this ended up writing on the screen. So let me just clear that off. Let's clear all drawings. Okay, so yeah, so we're talking about these 3 things here, ladies and gentlemen: the hydration of your cells, the nutrients, and the oxygen. And so one really important thing that we've been driving home, the message today, is each cell, you know, you can have different types of water and you spend a lot of money on different types of bottles, or, you know, if you may have filtered water, great. But if it's not penetrating into the cells, you're just becoming the middleman, right? You're not retaining, your cells aren't retaining anything. So this is what happens when you have water without magnetic treatment. You'll see that as the entry point of your cells, which has those 3 things I mentioned, your nutrients and your hydrogen and oxygen, that's what's vital with what we're sharing tonight. As you saw in that little video clip, the gentleman was talking about what happens when your cells do not receive, because of the water which is needs to get broken down, which is why that product, this Timol, is so important. That magnet treatment is breaking down these clusters, making it so that your cells can actually receive the water in the first place. So this is technically what's going to happen. If it doesn't, it's going to have a challenge of your cells being hydrated. Okay, so that is what happens. Water full of clusters, it's not being broken up, and so penetration, it doesn't happen. All right, of the molecules. So what happens when you do have magnetic treatment applied to it? Again, keep hearing so many people saying how the water is light, better absorbing. Myself being somebody who didn't drink a lot of water, loves drinking this water, to a point where I have to remind myself I need to stop drinking for the day. All right, literally, it's a different ball game, right? So again, the magnetization breaks up the clusters, decreasing the water hardness, promoting hydration and total nutrition of the cells, which is vital. Everything that we've been speaking about from the moment this Zoom has started is all about your cells, your blood cells, getting rid of your, the acidity that we just have on a day to day, and this helps neutralize that because of how this product works. So this again was a certificate that which was awarded to Timol after 10 years of the company being around. They got awarded for their services, and this is what I really like, guys. When I read through this, um, it's really just to
Esse é o
really define
certificado da
why
fábrica.
this is
Esta é a
different. I'm going to mute the lines there. So what really defines what we have here, guys? This again, just going to read a couple of the lines here rather than the whole thing, and I'm going to talk about this line from this line here. You can get this if you want to read the whole thing itself, but mainly by the World Health Organization officially declares the recognition of the suitability of the Brazilian company Timol Ltda as the only one complying with the standards and requirements of this institution of adapting a system or method of magnetic water treatment or correction as a system or method of health protection and recovery with scientifically proven efficiency as a resource, including the framework of integrative health practices that make up the collection of methods and systems registered in this parliamentary institution. So again, it's not just us being excited about, wow, we're seeing so many people benefiting from this. It's not no placebo effect here. There's been a lot of research being done, and I strongly recommend you do your own due diligence, and look up psilocybin, understand what that is, this technology that Timol has brought to the market, and you'll see this different researches and studies that you'll come across. Now, the product that we have that makes this accessible to every single person, and our goal is, ladies and gentlemen, to expand it to as many people on the planet. I mean, for myself, being someone who wasn't a great water drinker by any stretch of the imagination, and now can't get enough of it. I mean, this is a different ball game completely. So this product here, it super magnetizes your water, and it's a mineralizer. Okay, so it's not just magnetic water we're talking about here tonight. We're going to be talking about the magnetic treatment that which help alkalize the body, getting down to your cells. So we're getting to the heart of the matter. It's increasing the bone mineral mass. It's increasing in blood oxygenation and increasing minerals in water by top H plus. So you're going to see the blue and the green product here. This particular model treats up to 20 liters of water. And just to make it clear, it's not just one time. This is ongoing, all right? Because I think somebody I was sharing this with thought it was just a one-time thing. No, this particular one treats up to 20 liters, and we have a mini version that treats up to 3 liters at a time. Okay, so the blue one is the magnet that will last 30 years. Okay, and the minerals, the green one, the dolomite stone, and that will just naturally, erode over time, and that aim to last about 3 years. Okay, so again, it's not something you're going to be buying every month. Definitely not going to be something you need to buy every year. Okay, take care of this product, and it will take care of you without a doubt. So again, the smaller one is more portable. You're going to see different ways which people can move around with it. But more importantly, guys, this product here is not intended to cure diseases. Okay, we're not here making health claims, but rather to magnetize the water. Okay, magnetized water will be an adjunct in health treatment and will improve your quality of life by reducing acidity and free radicals in the body. Okay, so hopefully, ladies and gentlemen, you really got an idea of what we're talking about, everything that we've been showing up to this point, and a solution. Because it's one thing, we could just be talking about it and say, okay, that's it, and we could essentially do that. Some of you may go away, do your own research, and say, yeah, wow, magnetized water is amazing. But now we're talking to you about a product that you can have in your household as well at a very affordable price as well for that. Many different options. Okay. So if you're on the move, you get the smaller one, the mini one, which is what I started with. That again, that treats up to 3 liters. So I've gone from barely drinking a liter of water, or a liter and a half, maybe on a good day, to regularly doing 2 to 3 liters without any challenge whatsoever. If you've got the bigger unit, you will have it in different settings. You can have it in a water jug up to, like I said, up to 20 liters at a time. If you're treating it and you're sharing it with family, friends, you can obviously do that with the bigger units a lot more easily in that capacity. Okay, but many different ways. Go online, do your own research for Silosimol on YouTube. There's many testimonials, and we're going to go into some of the testimonials you're going to hear from some people today on their experience with being on the product. Before we get into that, I'm just going to play again a 2-minute video, and then we'll get into. So anyone who's ready to share, please be ready to share, and we will cover some testimonials after this short video.
When we are thirsty, we fill a glass with tap water or drink some water from a plastic bottle. After all, water is water, right? Magnetized water is popular in Japan. But before we get to know its properties, it is important to understand how and what happens to magnetized water. If you take some water to analyze, you will notice that its molecules are disordered. This is because of the minerals. When submitted to magnetic fields, the molecules turn back into their normal state, which makes the water more beneficial to our health since it heightens the energetic balance of the body and strengthens the immune system in general. That's why magnetized water helps prevent many diseases of the human body. Did you know that more than 70% of our bodies are formed by water? We need to replenish water to eliminate toxins from the body, hydrate tissues and cells, help the kidneys, facilitate blood flow, to fight bloating and boost immunity. Some of the benefits of magnetized water are helps in nutrition and hydration of cells, aids in cell cleanse, reduces blood acidity and the excess of free radicals in the body, increases the oxygen in cells and blood, makes the hair softer, moisturizes the skin, leaving it soft and healthy, aids in the prevention of many diseases, lowers blood sugar levels, preventing diabetes, helps prevent many types of cancer, reduces the risk of osteoporosis and fractures by increasing the bone density and bone resistance, avoids premature aging, increases energy levels. According to studies published by the National Institutes of Health, USA, drinking magnetized water means more quality of life. If you already knew about magnetized water, tell us what you think.
All right. I do love that video. Nice and, straight to the point. So, ladies and gentlemen, who do we have want to share their experience on being on the call? Let me see if there's any messages in the chat as well. Okay, no worries. I've seen that message. Yes, anybody who wants to share, please raise your hand and don't be shy. We will hear from you. I am going to line up a couple of testimonials just on the PowerPoint, but if you've got anybody who wants to share, and whilst people may be thinking about what they want to say, I'm just going to tell you guys, and we've got Glenn. In fact, yeah, Glenn, jump, and then I'll come in after that. So,
Thank
Glenn,
you.
the floor is yours, my friend.
Thank you, Brother Leroy, for your amazing presentation. Sorry, I won't put my camera on. I've been drinking this water almost 3 months, since January, February, March. Introduced by Natalia Augusta. But what got me attention is that, thank you, Simone, because she was mentioning that hay fever. Oh my God, I was so happy because I suffer every year for a very bad hay fever. Starting from like this time of the year, I start to sneeze already. But from now on, I don't sneeze. No sneezing yet. Everything's very good. I'm so happy with that because it triggers asthma. So when it's summertime, the hay fever, sneezing, and it triggers asthma. But from now on, everything is fine. I go to the park. Great. I drink this water. I lost weight as well because working, I lost weight because when you drink this water, you can keep you going without, you don't feel hungry. I don't know why. Okay, thank God I don't have any major health issue. it's only my eyesight. I have a very high prescription for my eyeglasses, but thanks to this water, my eyesight improved a lot. That's like a miracle. In December, I used to eat a lot of junk food because Christmas, and I suffer from some I think inflammation in my stomach. Suffer from stomach pain. This thing within a few days, drinking this water, gone completely. Dry skin after the shower, itchy skin also, thank goodness, is gone as well. So I would encourage everybody to your family members, get this water. It's gonna change your life. Mind blowing. Thank you. That's my testimony. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Brilliant, man. Awesome. So many different applications. Good to hear that. I mean, I have sometimes people asking me, I've got this. Will it do this? Guys, we're like I said, we're not doctors and not here to make your body what the body wants. Let me take it from there. It'll be like, thank you very much. I've been waiting for this. Now I can heal myself. Now I can fix these challenges. So anybody else wants to share? Great, great testimony there, Glenn. Like I said, once I'm waiting for anybody else to come on, I will tell you guys the reason why I'm so excited about this is because, I was one of those people, as I mentioned throughout this presentation, struggling to drink enough water on a day-to-day basis, and went to the UK last month, got my hands on this product. I kept hearing about it, and I'm like, if I'm to believe half of what they're telling me is true, oh my goodness. That's all I can say. Oh my goodness. I've had this problem with my hip for the longest time. Like I was saying, when I hit my 50s, I wasn't worrying about pain, nothing like that, eating my junk food, getting on with my life. When I hit my 50s, it was like, boom, it was waiting for me. So I had to start to really pay attention. That's one thing, my friends. If you don't take care of yourself, there'll be a point where it will stop you in your tracks, and then you'll have to make sure that you take care of business before business takes care of you. Anyway, I was that same guy. I had this hip pain, and I've had sciatica pains or things like that. Couldn't really put my finger on exactly what it was, and I went to the doctor, chiropractor, physio, getting all of that done, sessions every, like, religiously getting these sessions done, wasn't really making a massive difference whatsoever. And then I can't believe, in the space of, when I was in the UK, I got my hands on the product for the first time. It was a Wednesday, started to drink this thing, and I would say I was speaking to somebody about it the following week, and I realized I hadn't even complained about my hip. Like, I wasn't holding my hip, and sometimes this pain will just literally make me want to sit down. And I'm a fairly active guy, so that was really against the grain. I'm like, I'm too young for this stuff. And so that was a major boost for me. And since then, it's like, I just can't believe how great I feel around my hip area now. And I'm really grateful to Timol and this company. Glenn, every time I speak to Glenn, I'm like, Glenn, thank you, thank you, Simone. Just so grateful for this company. This product has been a game changer. So I do have a short video I do want to play, but anybody else wants to share? Because I do want to spend some time tonight just talking about the money aspect, because it is a Monday, and on a Monday I like to talk money. Don't know about you, but I do. It ranks right up there with oxygen. So we're talking about health and we're talking about wealth. So anybody else before I pick up my little video here? If not, I will find my video and get that on. In fact, I'm gonna quickly go back to the slideshow real quick, and I do wanna pick up that video, because the variety of testimonials is the thing that really blew me away. All right, that's when I saw this, it really kind of like, wow, can I believe what I'm seeing here? So let me just go back to the slide here real quick, and then I'll dig out that video. So this is what I don't know, is it showing? Yeah, perfect. This is where, let me go.
When we are
Yeah, okay. So we had, the before and after. There's a video. I need to find the video of that. It is in Portuguese, but I do want to hear his story. I do want to get that translated out. But again, this was it blew me away. Like vertigo, come on now, are you serious? Um, that was something. You know, generally you'll find, you know, with a product or a company that has multiple products, and this company does have different things outside of this, for one product to have such an effect in so many different areas was just mind blowing. Again, you know, this one here, Simone, was amazing when I saw this. This gentleman with what he was seeing, what I saw on his skin, and how this cleaned it up was just incredible. Okay, we've had issues of diabetes. I mentioned on the call people with diabetes. This gentleman here, again, this video is in Portuguese, and this is a before and before, before and after, maybe. But again, this gentleman, and we've had people like we had this gentleman here again. I'm just going to show you this, some of the severity of the diabetes issues. Like he had his foot there, really like really in a bad state. And I had an auntie, unfortunately, who had to get her leg amputated recently because she stepped on something as a diabetic, and it was like we need to act, and we can't do anything but get rid of the leg, unfortunately. And so that was very traumatic. You know, she's 80 years old, and now to have to start to live life without, you know, her leg. So when I see this, and Glenn said it is a game changer. It's a lifesaver in so many ways. So again, if you just forward it a bit on, you can see how his leg had healed up there, and I'm like, wow, you know, so many testimonials through one product. You know, the suite of products, the magnet on one hand, the blue magnet to break down the water molecules so that the water is digestible and broken down so it hydrates your cells. Then you have the minerals on the other side, you know, the dynamic duo, I call them, you know, the dynamic duo, man. Put those two together, add it to your water, and you'll see and taste the difference, okay? And for those of you who are in the London area, I know there is an event coming up next week, Saturday, where you can come along, see, try, hear from other people who are benefiting from this. And I would strongly recommend, if you can get to a meeting, then that's a great way of experiencing it for yourself. I'll just say on that note, I had a friend come to one of the meetings that we had in London last month. Just one meeting he came to, and that night and that following morning, the testimonial he shared, I did play his video last week, blew me away just from one night of being on the product. And then he's now gone to have the product and sharing it with his family. Okay, so this is the power of what we have on our hands here, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm gonna just play a short video testimonial that got sent to me over the weekend. Now guys, let me just put this in context. I met this guy last week. Some of you know, 2 weeks prior, 3 weeks prior, I met up with him and his mum. His mum was traveling to Ghana. She needed the product. I didn't know what the situation was. She needed the product. I got the product to her in time so she could have it, as she was going to be out the country for at least a month, right? So he wanted the product, my friend, who you're going to see on this video. Now, this is a crazy. He forgot it was actually a week. He thought it was 2 weeks when he sent me the video recording. I said, dude, we only met last week Saturday. I gave him the product last week Saturday, and I'm going to let him tell you the rest. So let me just share this video clip, and I'm like, wow, 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 wow. So let's go.
I just wanted to give you some quick updates on the result of me taking the magnetized water with the Timol product since last week. I got the product last Saturday, but prior to that, I had injured my ankle playing soccer the following week. So I think I told you about my ankle injury. And then the pain was still there when I met you on Saturday. And Sunday, unfortunately, I went and played soccer again, but I was feeling better on Sunday. The pain in my ankle was okay. I didn't feel too much pain, but I think I was compensating too much, thinking about the ankle, and I ended up pulling a hamstring on top. So I had 2 injuries coming up on Sunday, just this past Sunday. And so I came home, I made sure I hydrated a lot, and by Tuesday, I couldn't feel my ankle pain. It was almost like non-existent. And then Wednesday, Thursday, it just dawned on me that my hamstring pain was gone, and all the pain that was built up from the pool, from the acid, had completely washed off. I remember on Tuesday, Wednesday, I was using the bathroom a lot, and knowing how the body works when it's getting rid of toxins, that's what happens. And so, as I speak right now, I'm in the gym, doing my normal, gym workout, running on the treadmill. This product is not just good, it's amazing, fantastic. Give the body the fuel that it needs, and it will repair itself. Thank you so much, Timol. Great job. I'm going to be talking about this. Yes, thanks.
Awesome. That's amazing. So yeah, you guys, I couldn't make that up, right? You can't make this stuff up. It's just, I don't know week to week what is going to happen. I was speaking to somebody else today, and she was telling me how she had something before getting the product, and now that's gone away. And that product was there for 2 years at least, and within I don't know how long, it's not been 2 months. It's not been maybe 2 weeks or so that this product went to work and did what it does. It's just amazing, guys. So we are very excited to share this opportunity with everybody here today, guys. So as I bring this meeting to a close, like I said, I do want to talk a bit about the money aspect as well. And if you're brand new to the call and you just came on to learn about the product, please get back in touch with whoever's invited you onto the call. I'm going to go through a couple of more slides and then just touch base. There's too much information for me to go through all the aspects of the business and the income side on our presentation, but I'll give you a little inkling as to what we're doing. So if you want to stick around for me to go through that, then please do stay on. And just like I said, we've got so many testimonials. His testimony in itself is absolutely amazing, because every week people are damaging themselves playing football, and I used to do that myself a lot. So again, we've got animals, right, who are we're seeing testimonials about produce, increasing produce, farmers getting more out of their crops through planting with this treatment, guys. It's incredible. So if you can bring life, you imagine you bring life to yourself, what more it's going to do to your crops and things of that nature. I believe I think Simone was saying that even the produce of milk, they were getting more production. So it's incredible, guys. There's no shortage. And Simone, I want you to come back on and talk about this gentleman. This gentleman here was the gentleman who made it all happen, made it start. And you had the privilege of meeting him, right?
Yes, I did. And I met him twice. I went to the company because when I started the business, I went to see the company, I went to meet them. And I went to Brazil and I went to that place to see. And he is amazing. He's really love his project. And I can feel all the energy inside that place. Everybody who works there, they have the same energy. They really love the project. And he spent all morning talk to me, explain everything. He even got some water and spray on my hands for me to see the difference, one hand from the other. That's why until now I do to everybody. I say, just check your hands, check, so you see the difference. And he's the one did that. So he started this company in 2004. He suffered a lot. He's got a big problem. He couldn't even use boots. He needed to use a flip-flop because he's got a big problem in his foot. So when he heard about magnetized water in Japan, and is very famous in Japan, he said, I can do something like that. Because he's an engineer, he created the silo small. But first he created the big one. And then he started thinking about how about the people who live far away? Because he did it for big containers. And that's why he created the small for 20 liters and this one for 3 liters. Because then everywhere, like for me who travel a lot, how can I do? If I go with my water after 2 days, it's gone. I need more. So that's why he created that small one where it can take everywhere. And in 2004, when he started that, he's already got like a lot of property and farms. He started sell everything to invest in this product because he knew what he did. And he say, I know what I did. And then, of course, the family supported him because they trusted him. But everybody else say, you crazy. He's selling everything. He's crazy. This is not going to go anywhere. And today, in 22 years now, everybody's surprised to see how many people he's helping. And this company, now we're going to change it up because it's complete now 22 years. And we have the certificate of integrity from the Brazil Federal Congress. And the place is in Uberlândia, Minas Gerais in Brazil. And we have the scientific evidence. Even we have the 52 article published now in the Google Scholar. So when you search about, just not go just for the Google, go put Google Scholar in the Google, and then in there you're gonna put psilocybin, or you can put magnetized water. You're gonna find the only one have scientific proof. And this started like 4 years ago. It's gonna complete 4 years in July, I believe, when it's open international. So that's why it's now open. And now we are more than 20 countries in just 4 years. And it's still a lot of people don't have an idea about this project. So that's why we now have these meetings so we can bring people we know. And then, of course, when you see the result in yourself, like I did as well, I suffer from hay fever. And when I first got amazing because my daughter got better. And after that, I started to bring all my family, everybody in my family have this project. Because it's impossible when you find something good, it's impossible you don't share. You want to share to everybody. And this is just like my daughter say, Mommy, water is water. In the beginning, she say, Mommy, you believe in everything. But I want to try. And I think everybody should try first. Everybody, of course, some people can see very quickly. Some people take a little bit longer. But you're going to see the result if you see the proper, isn't it? Yeah, and of course, it's water. And then, and like we say, that great product create a great business. And that's why we are here now.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a question, why, if this thing is as good as you say, why not put it on the open market? What would you say to that?
Because sometimes, like we need to help you. So when you drink this water, we cannot put in Amazon. Why? Because when someone buy, they don't know how to use it. And if they have any problem, how are they going to talk to? And it's going to be much difficult to find out the person. With us, you know the person who told you about this meeting. So you can come back to them and say, look, how can I use it? How many liters I drink? I don't see the difference now, what I need to do. So the person would show you the product. They're going to be the one going to help you. So it's much easier to connect. So you can find it in YouTube. We have videos in YouTube. You can find it in Instagram, because then you find in Instagram, like we have a girl who find me, and I say, how did you find me? I find you in Instagram. So then she can talk to me anytime she wants, because I'm there and have my number. So she can find me. She knows me. So it's not like you buy something and you don't know where it's come from. And if it's not working, you just lost your money because you don't know how to use. So this is what the company doesn't want. He wants to make sure you find the result, you get the result. That's why we are the one helping the person. tell you how much water you need every day. So we need to follow you. We need to make sure you're doing the right to see the results. So that's why the company doesn't put in there, because we work, for example, soon Leroy gonna show you the company, we get the product from company and we pass it to you. So the company think people are sick, have problem with diabetic, psoriasis, so many problems. But it's a lot of people depressed because they work like crazy, they finish work, they need to go to another job, and a lot of people depressed. Why? Because they don't even have time to spend time with the family. So the company, that's why they don't invest to put in the news, in the TV, because if they do that, they need to pay a lot of money. So they prefer to do the money for us. We're gonna be the one helping the person getting better. So that's why the project is more to the money stay with us. So we get the product, we pass, and we look after the person. And of course, this money stay with us. Yeah.
Exactly. Absolutely. So yeah, that's really the premise. I love that question because that's the premise of why this is a great opportunity to help people. Because if it was just a regular product off the shelf, nobody would know about it. They might know about it, but will they have that follow up? No. Would there be somebody checking in with them? No, it wouldn't happen. It would just be another product, might just end up sitting on the shelf in your home, and you say, "Oh, it doesn't work." So this
Yeah.
is why it's
It's like
this. Yeah.
it's like you buy a medication. Nobody gonna call you to find out if you drink properly, if you see the result. No, they sold to you, buy. They don't care.
Yeah.
But for us, no. We're gonna make sure because we want the testimony. We want to you tell
Hmm.
us you got better. Because this is the
Yeah.
best part.
Exactly. I just, yeah, in fact, just to talk about that, because the guy twice, that you heard, Daniel, and you heard before when his mum went to Ghana, and I was like, this is Wednesday I met him, and then it's Monday, and I've not heard from him. And so I say, oh, maybe she hasn't tried it yet. So when I asked him, how's your mum getting on? He's like, oh, I had to remind her, man, you can't believe I had to remind her about her pain, and her BP levels went back to normal, and she didn't even take the stuff that I was like, dude, why didn't you tell me? Like, and even when this video that I just played, I asked him, how you getting on? Oh man, this thing is amazing. So people won't necessarily come to you. We go to them to find out how you getting on, and then I get all these amazing testimonials coming back to me. It's mind blowing, absolutely
Yeah.
mind blowing. So yeah, this is what we have here. Everybody needs it, and we're working with the company to help expand this and get into the hands of many more people. So I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to go into all of this tonight. I'm just going to touch points on this because there's 6 different ways you can get paid in this company. And so I'm just going to give you an idea. Simone was talking about this business proposal. It's an opportunity for people to really change their life, and not just on a health basis, because once you've got your health, you want the money to enjoy it as well. So it's an unfortunate situation. We know so many people who have money, but their health is at detriment to it. They're working, they're burning the midnight oil, and just for the money, but yet they're risking their health as a result. And then you've got the flip side where people don't have enough money, and so we want to have a balanced life. And so what we love about this is something you can do anywhere in the world, and be supported. So again, this model here, for those people who want to go out and share it with people, what we call referral marketing. Everybody has a referral program, an affiliate program these days. This is no different. And so you can make earnings from selling the product to your contacts, and you can, build a network, if you will, from people who like what you're doing and want to join and be part of this mission. I call it a mission to help this product to expand around the globe, and then you can create that income stream through your efforts and your team's efforts, leveraging your income here. Okay, so again, Simone, talk us through this opportunity for people who want to sell the product.
Yeah.
um,
It's a
what
lot
would
of
you say?
people sometimes when you think you saw the result and you feel like, oh my God, I have so many people I can share this opportunity. And then you start think, okay, I know how many people. Can I talk to 2 persons every single day with people I know in the street or people work with or my family? If you have time for like half an hour to talk to one person and another half an hour to talk to another person, so you work all day. When you come home, you need an hour or 40 minutes to talk to one person, then to another. So every day, if you talk to 2 persons, we put just 25 days, you're going to be talking to 50 people. So how many people, how many families you can help? So in here, we're going to show you how much money you can make it. That's why we say we don't sell this product in the Amazon or market like that, because then the money, the company wanted the money coming to you because you're going to be the job to help the person, make sure they drink properly. So if you help one family, after you buy 5 products, yeah, the price is going to go down a little bit. And then you're going to start to get 180 euros for every product, every family you help. When you pass the big like this big one, what make 20 liters. So can you imagine it? Say, okay, but this is just one product. I know a lot of people. If I talk to 50 people, 50 families, how many I can sell? How many people, how many families I can sell? So that's why we calculate once a week. Okay, I've talked to 10 people. I can sell one. So in once a week, you can get 720 euros. This is in euro, yeah? If you are in pounds, we just change it to pounds. But this is what you can get if you help one family a week. Simone, I'm no work at the moment. I need a job and I have time to work, to talk to 10, 20 people a day. So this is what I'm going to do. So how many you can sell? So it all depends on you, because you're going to buy from the company and you're going to sell. So the money is all yours. So that's the part is very good. You have those the kind way. So if instead you find another job, because a lot of people finish work and look for another job and spend another 5, 6 hours, and when you come back home, the kids is sleeping, you don't have time with your family. With this, you can work anywhere, any country, like we are here. I believe is a lot of people here is not even English. They have your own language. Like me, I'm Brazilian. I can talk to people who speak Portuguese in Portugal, in Guinea. Is so many countries speak Portuguese. So how many people I can talk with about this project? And anytime, like I was in holiday and I was selling. I selling to the lady who's doing my hair. When she saw my water bottle, she was shocked. And I have this one. And I told her to pass in my hair. She was in shock with my water bottle. And I sold it to her. And I was doing my hair. I never met her before. So this is something you can do in your time, anytime you want, and in your holiday. So it's something easy. And it's something very easy because everybody drink water. Everybody needs water. And here is something, another way for you get some money. We call level. And this is like, we get like, for example, someone, you sold the franchise and someone got the product. Every time someone from your group buy one product, you get 2.27 euros. If you say just one, it's just 2 euros, is not much. But can you imagine you put 4 people, and these 4 friends or family put another 4 each one, just 4 each one. And this is gonna become 16. And this 16, each one put 4. And that's the way it's gonna grow. And if you have 64, and every month they buy one product, just one, you can get 145 euros. But this can grow. Like the lady put me in this company, now she has 6,000 people in her group. Can you imagine how much she gets in the month? Just every time I buy one product, Leroy buy one product, Augusta, Glenn, everybody in the group buy just one product. No, even 4 to sell once a week, just one. And sometimes we buy more than one a month, isn't it, Leroy? We don't buy just one product a month.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So she's getting 2.27 euros for each one. So of course, to get 5,000, 6,000 people, you need to work. Yeah. In the beginning, you get in there. So it's 4, 16, 64, 250, and then it's grow. Yeah. And that's the good Yeah, the good part as well, when you sell franchise, say, Simone, I know a lot of people who need this project because sometimes, isn't it, Leroy? We know a lot of people, they have a job, but they are so tired for the job. They don't like it. They need to spend 2 hours to go to the job, 2 hours to come back and work all day in the place you don't like. Sometimes the
Exactly.
people lost their job and desperate to need a job. And this job you can do from your house because sometimes you have kids. You need to look after kids. Sometimes you look after your parents. You cannot go out for work. And this you can do from your house. So, okay, I know a lot of people I can sell franchise. So this is another way, yeah, to get some money. And then
Yeah.
every franchise you sell, you can get some bonus from the company. The company give it to you in 2 weeks' time. The money is there. So if you want to buy next day product, you can use the bonus from the product. So if you sell a platinum, you get 322 euros. If you sell a gold, you get 161 euros. If you sell a silver, you get 80 euros 50. So depending which franchise you sell, you can get the money. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And so there's a lot to this, my friends. There is a whole career plan for those who want to take this seriously and have it maybe as a more than just a part-time business. There is opportunities where just like Simone, who has been with the company and benefited from these different levels, all the way from being a consultant, all the way up to Black Diamond, and there's prizes and there's points, right, Simone, that people can benefit from
Yes.
um, as you progress from notebooks. There is you can exchange your points that you generate for different prizes, even international travel. And I don't know when the next incentive for Brazil is coming up, but I'm looking forward to that opportunity. And I know you were mentioning people who've won several cars from the company as well. So
Yeah.
these points add up that you
You just
generate
need a
from the
six
business.
person to work with. You can
Right.
see here 666 because you need 6 person.
Six
So
directs.
I believe, like, if you find the 6 person who want to work with you, doesn't matter
Mm.
which country, which language they speak. If they
Any
come
time
to work
frame?
with you, you grow.
You can find a six any time frame, yeah?
Yeah.
Wonderful. So if you want to get them quickly or you want to take your time, um, there is opportunities there. And as you rank advance and get more bonuses from the company, you'll see that your diamond membership will go up from 5-star diamond, which is the top in the company. And I know you was there, Simone, sharing a lot of time with people who were, top of the income from the company as well. Just a couple of weeks ago. Was it last week you came back, right?
Yes, I just come back last Wednesday and I went to Brazil.
Right.
We was about more than 20 leaders. We won this trip to the north of Brazil. The company pay for the flight, they pay for the hotel, for the food, everything. So we just got together for 5 days. It was amazing, really amazing to be with all the leaders. I didn't know. I just see them here in the
Right.
Zoom, and it was amazing to meet them in Brazil. I met the number one selling in Brazil, and I
Hmm.
met the one I knew already, the number one who's got I think it's 12,000 people in his group, and
Wow.
I met him, and it's amazing to be around them because
Wow.
you can see how much love they have for this project. And
Hmm.
the guy who is the best one seller, the Timol, he's selling like sometimes 20 products in a week. He's
Wow.
amazing. Why? Because he sell and he look after this family. He
Mm.
makes sure this family do properly. And that's why
Good.
this family show, okay, my neighbor, my cousin, my auntie, they need as well. So that's why
Mm.
he's selling a lot because he's doing
Wonderful.
like that. So he's amazing. He's one of,
Excellent.
after you drink the water, you're going to tell everybody.
Yep. Absolutely. You will not be the same. That's for sure. One way or the other. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for staying on. We've slightly longer call today. as we touch on the money side. Thursday's call will be again same time, same link. So invite a friend, bring them over here, and just hear for themselves. We know why we're so excited about this water. Water is something that we all need, something that we may not be drinking enough of, and Timol just makes it that much easier for you to be drinking it, and then the benefits are amazing. So with that said, have a fantastic rest of your week, and I hope to see you guys on Thursday's call. All right, take care. Good night.
Hi, Milanka.
Thank you.
Hi, Augusta. Thank you,
Thank you,
Glenn. Thank you,
Leroy.
Leroy.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Hi,